New developments in a Target 12 consumer investigation finding closure. We exposed deplorable conditions at the Roger Williams Park Mausoleum in Cranston, where the remains of more than 500 people have been abandoned. Since our story aired, more than 35 families have contacted Target 12 and the city, all wanting more information on how to get the remains of their loved ones removed. Target 12 consumer investigator Susan Hogan joins us now with an update for those wanting to find closure.
We knew our story would have an impact, but we never expected just how much. For years, families have been locked out of the condemned mausoleum, unable to remove their loved ones' remains. And now, as a result of our Target 12 investigation, they're being told now they can.
It's going to be a monumental task, removing the remains of more than 500 Rhode Islanders inside a mausoleum that's condemned. But our investigation is getting results. The city of Cranston now hiring a structural engineer and even an air quality expert to secure the building, just enough to get this massive job done.
Oh my goodness, tears were in my eyes. It was a phenomenal story.
Watching our Target 12 consumer investigation 2 weeks ago was Judith Haig from Attleboro.
And everything she said was just brought me back to my mother and father.
Judith is talking about 90-year-old Claire Berkovitz, and the similarities between the two was startling.
We lived in Edgewood just as she had lived in Edgewood.
And just as Claire's father was interred in the mausoleum, so are Judith's parents. But in October, with the help of Target 12, we got the city of Cranston to remove Claire's father's remains from the crumbling building. Watching this all unfold from her home was Judith.
Heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. That's the perfect reaction. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe at the destruction of that very beautiful building. It's amazing. How could that happen?
For years, the closest Judith could get to her parents was on the outside of this chain link fence that kept families at a safe distance. But now the city of Cranston has agreed to do what it can to remove the remains of those abandoned at the request of their families.
What did this story do for you and for Hope?
Oh, it was wonderful. We were so excited. We were just so excited. We couldn't believe what you did. We couldn't believe it. Oh my goodness.
35 families so far have reached out to the city as a result of our investigation, all hopeful that finally there's hope of finding closure.
That is absolutely outstanding to think that 35 people called. So you really have helped a whole lot of people.
The city has not come up with an actual time frame for when they'll start removing the remains for these families, but assure us they will do it. But for the rest of the remains that go unclaimed, the city is still trying to find a solution. One possibility may lie in the hands of a genealogist who saw our report. He has volunteered to help search for families of those interred in the mausoleum. With the Target 12 investigators, I'm Susan Hogan, Eyewitness News.